We had a ball in that joint last night. I'm talking about I didn't even have no clothes on. I had my scrubs from work on. Just sitting in there partying last night. Yeah. And we left at 2 o'clock. Now here it is at 5 o'clock in the morning. My club burnt down. Who did it? Who did it? You don't mess up a good time. What you do to my car, son? Shut up. Annie, girl. See, you really been on shit. Girl, sick. Homie must have f***ed up, yeah? Homie must have been f***ed up. Damn, Shawty, homie must have f***ed up, huh? You really out here? So, what the f*** you doing? What the f*** is you doing? What you doing to my car, son? I ain't f***ing with no talking about. You always think I'm f***ing with somebody. I ain't f***ing with nobody. Son, look what you did to my car, son. Son, look what you did to my car, brother. Man, what the f***? Say, partner, hey, chill out. Chill out, partner, for real. It ain't word.
Why are you breaking this like this?
Now,
why are you doing this?
Oh, for real?
Can you please leave me alone?
Why am I breaking this?
Can you please let me close the door? Can you stop?
For real, Rosie?
Why are you doing this? I've asked you numerous times to stop.
Because you feel for your safety, right?
Because I want you to stop.
Now you're setting me up, right?
No, I'm not.
That nigga crazy than a bitch. All right. This is Ecclesiasticus, chapter 39 and verse 28. It reads, "There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction they pour out their force, and appease the wrath of him that made them." All right, before I continue, I'd like to start out by giving all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash, and double honors to the apostles, the elder bishops, and the elders of the great millstone. Peace and salutations to the Lord's elect that be in the house of David. All right, today is April the 15th, 2025, the hopeful year of our deliverance. All right, the hour being the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans through the seed of our fathers. All right, as well as judgment and destruction to the so-called self-proclaimed white nation, which they're not white, they're red. All right, they're the biblical Edomites, red Hebrew Edomites according to the Bible. But this lesson in itself is going to be dealing with, you know what I'm saying, our people, again, being the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right, and this particular clip is dealing with you so-called Negroes, in particular, these Negro women. All right, yeah, the aged woman, all right, partying it up and shit. All right, the young woman, all right, she think that was flour and coke she poured all over Jake's car. All right, fuck this car real good. All right, and then the last clip, all right, you had Eve, all right, posted up, pent up in the bathroom and shit. All right, and her crazy ass man, all right, is on the outside raging. All right, and she's, you know, videoing it and stuck to deal with it. Hey, and in the days that we coming into, it's gonna be the reg. All right, you women gonna get plagued by Pookie, Ray Ray, Henrique, and Armando. All right, I did a video, something similar to this yesterday. All right, but the spirit goes how the spirit goes. So here we go again. All right, so again, all right, you seen this clip, these clips briefly. All right, And it's finna get bad out here for, I'm saying, these unright women. All right. The aged woman is a goddamn degenerate. The young woman is a degenerate. All right. So let me read this right quick in Micah chapter 7 and verse 10. It reads, then she, the she being the Israelite woman, the 2/3 of the Israelite women, all right, number to the sword. Then she that is mine enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where is the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, thy God? Mine eyes shall behold her. Now shall she be trodden down as the mire of the streets. All right, these are the things that's coming. All right, to the wicked of our nation. All right, you know, and this ain't to the elect sisters who, you know, do what they got to do, listen and follow, try to be in order to the best of their ability, you know, fear their husbands. All right, you know, this ain't at them. This is at you unruly black demon ass women. All right, Keisha, Tasha, and LaQuisha. You know what I'm saying? Them hoes, all right, them hoes over there. All right, them thots. All right. And you know, again, dealing with that last clip, all right, Jake is gonna go, these 2/3 Jake men, the Lord is gonna put the spirit on them niggas to go absolutely ape shit out here, bro. All right, they already on their time now. All right, you see how that nigga folded that door up real quick? You know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna be no doors to stop Jake and Diego from coming in them cribs. All right, what's that? It's Isaiah 51 and 20. It say, thy sons have fainted. They lie at the head of all the streets. As a wild bull in the net, they are full of the fury of the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, the rebuke of thy power. All right, I'm going to show you another clip right quick of these crazy niggas, all right? And to show you just the strength, all right, that the Lord is going to get these crazy niggas out here, all right? 1 second. All right, check this out. This I did this video a couple of weeks back, but just check this clip out. Just showing you how crazy, all right, the Lord going to have Jake out here. Watch this.
This Savannah flight bound for Miami hit turbulence just moments after takeoff, and we're not talking about the skies.
Myself and my friend were talking, we're like, we could have to take this guy down.
Started violently shaking and screaming moments after takeoff. Rosenberg says the crew and passengers initially thought Augustine was having a seizure.
He started stomping his feet violently, like heavily, and screaming. It was kind of a chant. He was talking about devils and possession, and it was like, you have to kind of see it to believe it. Destroyed this other man's seat. Like, he kicked it and punched it and just buckled the seat completely over. He just charged the front doors of the plane, like swinging wildly.
That's when Rosenberg, his friend, and another man took Augustine down. Rosenberg says Augustine swallowed rosary beads while on the ground and was gripping onto his sister during the takedown.
She had a bun in her hair, and he grabbed hold of her bun in her hair, and he grabbed hold of her pants and wouldn't let her go. So they tased him once, twice, 3 times. He still didn't let go. At that point, they had to cut the woman's hair to make him let go.
Rosenberg says Augustine was arrested while his sister sang what sounded like hymns.
They were possessed. That was a very, very, very disturbing scene. I've seen a lot of stuff in my life. That was probably the most disturbing thing I've ever seen.
All right, and this is a man giving you this account. All right, crazy ass Jake, bro. All right, so, you know, you see it. All right, these niggas is gonna go crazy out here. The Lord already getting them stirred up and getting them in that mode. All right, and you women about to be victims out here. All right, what they'll do is say, you're a victim. All right, you about to be a victim, Eva, Tisha, Keisha, Tasha, LaQuisha, and all them other Ishas. All right, get ready, because the Lord finna let these wild bulls in the net loose on your front door. All right? It ain't gonna be nothing you could do to stop it. All right? The gathering ain't gonna come, none of them things. All right? Just judgment. And you're gonna know it was judgment, all right? Because I'm gonna read this. Before I read Isaiah 32, let me read this right quick. It's that Zephaniah chapter 3 and verse 5. It reads, the just Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, is in the midst thereof. He will not do iniquity. Every morning doeth he bring his judgment to light. He faileth not, but the unjust knoweth no shame. All right. So, you know, every morning the Lord brings judgment. All right. A fig don't fall from the tree. All right, without the Lord sanctioning it. All right. So you're gonna know who's bringing your punishment to you. Let me jump back now to that Isaiah 32. All right. The elect sisters are going to be with Isaiah 32 in verse 2, men. All right. As it reads, and a man shall be as a hiding place from the wind, and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. All right. That's the man that the elect sisters are going to be able to cleave hold to. All right. I tell you in Isaiah 4:1, 7 women going to take hold of one man. All right. So they're going to be with this type of man. But the rest of you, Bo Higgies out here, you know what I'm saying? You're going to be on this time. All right. Isaiah 32, starting at verse 9. Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech. All right. You give ear to the Lord's speech by listening to his men. All right. And his men are accessible, and they're speaking, and the word goes out at a high clip every single day as of now. All right. Thousands of videos come out week in and week out from the true prophets of the Lord. All right. Which are the men of the great millstone, the apostles, the elder bishops, and the elders, and the acumen, and the like-minded men of the great millstone. All right, verse 10, many days and years shall you be troubled, you careless women, for the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. All right, Jacob's trouble is going to be your undoing. All right, ain't going to be no gathering coming to save you and help you and do all that. Nah, you're going to have to just stand on your own out here. Verse 11, tremble, ye women that are at ease, be troubled, ye careless ones. Strip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins. All right, that's how bad it's going to get. When you read Isaiah 3, which I'm going to do it for you right quick, it actually goes into just how low the Lord is going to bring these women. He's going to strip them of everything, literally and figuratively, all right? Isaiah 3, all right? You can start at verse 16, but for time's sake, I'm going to start at verse 18, well, 17. It say, therefore the Lord will smite with a scab the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion, and the Lord, Yahweh Shemiyah Shah, will discover their secret parts. All right, that bald scalp on either head, all right? You know what I'm saying? Especially the black woman, all right? Bald-headed hoes out here. Verse 18, in that day the Lord will take away, excuse me, in that day the Lord will take away the bravery of their tinkling ornaments about their feet, and their cows, and their round ties like the moon. All right, and say the chains and the bracelets and the mufflers, the bonnets and the ornaments of the leg, and the headbands and the tablets, and the earrings and the rings and the nose jewels, the changeable suits of apparel, and the mantles, and the wimples, and the crisping pins, the glasses, and the fine linen, and the hoods, and the veils. So the Lord gonna strip these women, literally, of everything, all right? Gonna strip them of their pride, and he gonna strip them of their actual clothes out here, all right? You women gonna be running around here looking disgraceful, all right? And it goes even further in verse 24, and it shall come to pass, meaning it's gonna happen, that instead of sweet smell, there shall be stink. All right, so these women gonna be cutting up out here. Their feminine hygiene is gonna go to shit. All right, you know, they're gonna, man, listen, that box gonna be, you gonna be able to smell that box from a mile away, bro. All right, that's how bad it's gonna be. All right, and a lot of these black women, they already at that point now, you know what I'm saying? But it's gonna get way worse than then. It say, and instead of a girdle of rent, and instead of well set hair, baldness. All right, Bo Higgies. All right, it say, and instead of a stomach or a girding of sackcloth, and burning instead of beauty. All right, that's what's coming. All right, verse 25, thy men shall fall by the sword, and thy mighty in the war. All right, these Pookie, Ray simp niggas that want to uphold you bitches, they gonna die. All right, and it say, in her gates shall lament and mourn, and she being desolate shall sit upon the ground. She ain't gonna have no leader in that day. All right, she's just gonna be pissing and moaning upon the ground, looking for a captain. All right, hoping somebody gonna save her ass, but don't bank on it, Eva, Keisha, LaQuisha, and Tasha. All right, so that's pretty much it for the lesson, you know what I'm saying? They don't need to make it too much longer. You know, I showed you what I had to show you. All right, the aged woman ain't teach these young women shit. All right, the whole head is sick, and, you know, the Lord got to come back and clean them up. You know what I'm saying? And Jacob's trouble is going to be the beginning process of that, all right? And then, you know, the ICBM nuclear missiles that going to drop, all right? The laser beams out of the chariots going to turn this place into a lake of fire, all right, where 2/3 of you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are destined to reside at for a period, all right? And then you're going to come back in the kingdom and it's going to be all good again, all right? But Esau got to come with his charagma before we get to that. But anyway, that's it for the lesson. Lord willing, it was edifying, flowed together, and made sense. All honor, glory, and praise go to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, the elder bishops, and the elders of the great millstone who teach this 100% truth. Peace and salutations to the Lord's elect that be in the house of David, Kwam Yasharallah, and the Bible Ball. Shalom.